So Dan, what are we doing today?
What we're doing today? We are filming our texturizing course today. So we'll be showing you all different techniques, anything from, root lift with a razor to slide cut with scissors, and even using thinner scissors as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing today, and yeah, it's going to be a good day.
So Dan, what are we doing now?
Right now, I am just putting in my primary shape for our texture course. So I am cutting in a crop, so very blunt fringe at the moment. We're going to work down to the 2 back and sides, but this is going to be for our texture course, which is going to show you how to create movements, obviously texture, lift, but also I'm going to leave the fringe quite blunt and then show you during the course how to break up the fringe so it's a little bit more choppy, a little bit more jagged on the front as well. So yeah, that's what we're doing right now. So as you can see, it moves around a little bit, but doesn't move a lot. You see like all very long strands. So we're going to really emphasize all of that.
What are you going to do with the back and sides on this one, Dan?
On this one, we're going down to a 2 on the back and sides. So what I've done is, through cutting the top, I've created myself a guide through here, which is when we're going to be working up to, which the clipper work will always finish off with the fringe, and that's what creates that nice sort of blend right into the sort of longer fringe. It keeps everything balanced as well by using the fringe as your guide as well to work your clipper work to, or your transition area, should I say. It just helps to balance the front. If you went too high, it would just look more like a heavy front or heavy fringe. But by keeping the blending point at the fringe or level with the fringe, that's when it starts to create movement and texture in the blend as well. So it takes you from being a long, heavy fringe to a crop. That's how it creates that effect. 3.5 at the moment. Always work a grade higher into the transition as well, from clipper work into the actual top. So as you can see, when I'm finishing off with my clipper work, again is level, the same side here. So as I start to clipper up the comb now, it will stay level. So as the side of the head, we start to create that shape in the side of the head. As in Charlie's face, it's fairly sort of, I'd say slightly oval really, maybe slightly oval, square oval, let's say. So we need to keep some of that weight in the corner to really start to sharpen off that jawline. So that's what's really nice about that, is if we were to take it up to here, the difference would be just as you just see a fringe, whereas by leaving length on the sides and creating a corner through here, as you see when you pull that out, it changed the point down on his chin. So again, we don't want to obviously leave too much length out here, but we want to create that sort of squareness on the sides. That's then going to be able to be styled in a way that starts to bring his face shape into account as well. So as you can see, we cut the back in, we followed the guide all the way around, and have a little look at that. We've created that shape. So when that hair is styled, if you have a look from the side here, you'll see that is cut on that angle there, right? So we place our comb in, working it out to the comb. And as you can see, when that is pulled out with a little bit of product, that's going to create a lovely square shape in the back. Using the corner of the clipper, angle it in to the temple, like so, and then into the side bin, like that.
Crazy that this was the first haircut we ever did though.
It was, right?
2 years ago.
Wow.
Over 2 years ago.
Over 2 years ago, yeah. I mean, it's where it all started in.
Yeah.
Where we met, over Luke. Over Luke's crop, skin fading crop. And what did they say, the rest is history, is that right, yeah?
Yeah.
So this kind of way of working, where we do what I call the primary shape, which is the haircut. It's the shape, the cut that you are going to let that client walk out with. The secondary shape, which we're going to show you in the course, is the thing that kind of brings the haircut to life. But this is how I try to do it when I'm doing any stage work. So this is almost like the prep, so the preparation of going into the course. For example, going onto the stage. This is what we normally do backstage if we're doing one of the big shows, either in the UK or around the world. You get the haircut, you get it looking absolutely spot on, and then you showcase a particular technique. That could be maybe, you cut the top and you fade the back and sides, or in this case, I'm going to show you texturizing techniques. That's going to bring the haircuts to life. So guys, this is finished. Now this is ready for our texturizing course. So all the lessons you will see throughout the course, we'll take it from this and elevate it into a much more stylish, much more low maintenance, longer lasting haircut as well. But also don't forget, a more stylish haircut at the same time. We're just removing a lot of the thickness out of there. Last section, just before the fringe, right on the recession point, we lift it up, should be low halfway, and we go straight in. So that is removing all of that thickness, okay? Now it's becoming a lot easier to move around because it's not as thick. There's a lot of shorter elements in there, but we haven't gone too short that's going to stand up neither.
Yeah, so Dan, what we do now on our friend Cole?
What we do now on our friend Cole? Oh, I love Cole. I've missed him, fond memories of lockdown with this guy. So all I'm doing at the moment, I'm just taking some of the excess length off. I want to show you during our course how you can do so many different texturizing techniques. So all our different lessons we've got through this course will be all a different texturizing method. So I want to show you slide cutting, channel cutting, razor work, point cutting, different angles you can point cut at to create a different finish, and much more. So yeah, you'll find out in the course. Good thing when you're working with a mannequin is that you can obviously be a bit more creative, but also what I like to do if I am showing different texturizing techniques, especially throughout this course, is I cut a lot of it blunt. So that way you can really see the texture coming in. Like for example, what I've done with the perimeter. The fringe is very blunt, around the bottom is very blunt too. And I want to show how you can break that up and create a softer finish by using different texturizing methods or different ways to hold your scissor or your razor. So that's what's always quite nice. If you are practicing this at home using a mannequin, cut the mannequin very blunt all over first. Just do like a long haircut all over and just make it very, very blunt. And that way you'll really see the texture come into play. So that's enough prep, really. So throughout this course, we will be going a bit more in depth about what texturizing techniques you do. But just for now, I'm going to leave Cole to have a little chill and just get ready for his transformation. So essentially what you do with slide cutting is you slide through the hair with one blade open and usually following the shape of the head. And as you get close to the hair, where the join is of the scissor, so the two blades meet, is where you slide the hair through, okay?
Dan, so what are we doing now, Dan?
So today, we've got Ollie today in the chair, and we are going for a very textured, longer finish. But the thing is that with Ollie's hair, when he came in, he had like quite it's obviously, as you can see, it's very sort of top heavy, very disconnected as well. The sides are longer than the back, because obviously we're going for that kind of longer finish. It's very 90s, very kind of centre party kind of thing. But if you look at Ollie's face shape, when he was wearing it as it was just doing this, and it was just sitting really, really flat. So it's not really doing anything for his face shape. There's no height. It literally, without any water in it, it was just like that. I don't think it's doing anything for his face shape. Where when we were playing around with it, and we were suggesting kind of having it up, and I kind of picked it up and had it like that, and bringing the sides back, I think instantly it changes his overall look straight away. Opening out his face, showing his features. He's got good features, got good hairline, solid cheekbones, good jawline as well. By doing this, he's basically covering every single feature, which I think you should show it off. You know, especially when you've got a hairline this strong, you want to show it off. So what I'm thinking to do today is taking the top down quite a lot, maybe maintaining some of the back, especially around the perimeter. I want to kind of keep the perimeter, really. I want to keep it quite messy over the ears, still be able to tuck it back a little bit. But just going for that very kind of square shape, but then adding that secondary shape, which during our texture course, you'll see how to apply a more textured finish to this kind of style, so more of a longer style. But you're using a difference in like razor and scissor, you'll see a difference in how we use them and the finish that we're going to achieve with them as well. So I'm just going to prep the haircut now. So essentially just doing our primary shape, which is what we do when we do the actual haircut. So the style, the shape that's going to finish, and then the secondary shape is what we'll do on our texture course a little bit later. So what I'm doing at the moment is just getting the horseshoe section right. This way the haircut will be symmetrical through the sides and the back. And that way, again, symmetry through the transition into the top as well. So I've just finished the cut now. So this is what we call our primary shape. So this is going to be essentially a few different hairstyles that can be achieved just through this cut, but what it is that will bring it out is the texture. So you'll see as you get further along in the course, our texturizing techniques and the way we can finish the edges and the perimeter of the hairline, just using one tool, will create such a different effect, and also a different choice of product too. So continue the course and you'll find out. So as you can see already, look at that movement we're getting on the top now. It's much thinner. Look at that, we can even curl it if we want to, because we've thinned it out enough, but it still sits back. It doesn't spike up, it still moves around. Look at the height we're getting in that front now. Give it a little scrunch, move them shorter hairs around, and look what they're doing. They're making the hair stand up. So that is my texture course, showing you how to use all different texturising techniques from...
Don't say that down, we won't fit, because we won't finish there.
Oh right, okay, so just say that's the finished look.
So that's the finished, yeah, so that's the finished look of my medium length, like, or whatever you want to call this style, textured style.
So that is the finished look on a medium length textured hairstyle using a razor. No, second. So that is the finished look on a medium style. So that is the finished look on a medium length, heavily textured hairstyle using a razor. Oh mate, you must be sweaty there, man.
That's it. Thank you so much.
So I've showed you all the techniques to create texture. Now on Charlie's hair, we're going to show you how to create texture in this style. So this is a crop. We've gone to a number 2 back inside. So we've cut all the primary shaping first. We are left with that one. Look at that, isn't it? So guys, that is it. I really hope you take the course with us. It was, honestly, it was so much fun, and I really do think this, and I'm not just being biased because it's our course, but I think anybody would learn something from this, no matter if you've been doing it 3 months to 30 years, I really do. So please take the course, it'll be really nice to meet you, and don't forget there's a little surprise at the end, and some bonus content as well that you really like too. But there's a way of us talking and me reviewing your work as well at the end of it. So take the course, I'd love to chat to you. Hi, my name is Dan Gregory and I've been barbering for over 20 years. This is my course, Regal Gentleman, to master texturizing. I'm going to tell you not about one technique or 2 techniques. I'm going to show you 9 different texturizing techniques that can be used on long hair, medium hair, or even a short crop. So guys, take this course with me and learn everything you need to know about texturizing.